You haven't been on any media discussing politics or other issues that are of interest to you, like children's development and all of that. But how important is keeping abreast of the news every day to a politician, more so a member of parliament like yourself?
Thank you, Peter. It is very important. Not being in the media is me personally not being in the media, but not following the media obviously is a no-go for a politician like myself. I don't see myself as a politician I see myself as a woman in development, because we have few elected female in the Gambia. So that's why there is a need for us to be on top of our game, to make sure that the rights of women are protected, women and children and the most vulnerable. Because when you say women in politics or women in leadership,
yes,
it is not about leading. It is about taking the bull by its horn and making sure that the right thing is done. When you see a woman in front, it means that the way forward there is light at the end of the tunnel. If you look at globally, wherever women lead, there is hope. I'm not saying there is no hope when men lead, but when women lead, we lead with empathy. We lead making sure that the right thing is done. Looking at the situation in the Gambia now, I think it is very bleak. There is no hope. Whoever you speak with tells you that Jim.
We'll get into the details of that later on. I just want to go back to you saying you're not a politician. You're a woman in development of the country.
Yeah.
When you dissociate yourself from politics, how will that impact our quest, to increase the participation of women in politics per se? Because we are all aiming for this 30% quota in the National Assembly. And people would look up to the Touma Njies and the, Fatmata Chams, and is it Fatmata Cham?
Fatu Cham.
Fatu Cham, okay. I thought Fatmata and
Fatu Cham and Ami
Koli.
Koli, we are all elected members. But when I say we are not looking at only 30% in women in politics.
No, it's you dissociating yourself, one of the role models.
We are looking at women in development, women in leadership. So that's why I say not specifically politics. When you say politics, I don't think that in Gambia we practice politics. We practice politricks. Because most people that get into politics do not get into politics for the development of the country. They get into politics for the development, for self-development. And that is what I have seen. If you follow my status recently, I've identified the trend as a job-seeking season, where I see people speaking, not speaking to for the development of the country or for the interest of the nation, but speaking so that they can be seen, so that they can be remembered, so that they can be given position when the time arises for the position sharing. Because that is how I see it. I see some so-called party leaders. I call them so-called party leaders because I don't see any members of their parties taking up the responsibility of speaking, telling us that our state of affairs in this country is next to none, which I think it's quite funny, because how can we say that the leadership in this country is uncomparable to any other leadership, that the bar is so high?
You're now making a veiled reference to Dr. Cisse.
No, not Dr. Cisse. Dr. Cisse did not say that.
Who then? My party?
No, Dr. Cisse's party has members that I can identify.
Okay.
So that cannot be Dr. Cisse.
Who are you talking about? My party? Or Henry Gomez?
I have seen so many CA members in this country, but I have never come across a person that says that I am a member of my party's party. I don't even know the name of my party's party, to be honest.
It's called the Gambia Moral Congress.
Okay, the Gambia Moral Congress. It's with one party member, I suppose. But what I'm saying...
What about Henry Gomez's party?
I don't even know Henry Gomez's party. To be honest, I know Henry Gomez as advisor to the president because of his so-called contributions in 2016. 2016 was when...
What do you mean so-called? I mean, he must have contributed. If he didn't contribute, he wouldn't.
I say so-called, and I mean it, because I have never come across any person that says I'm a member of Henry Gomez's party or my party's party. I give them respect because they have been claiming to be party leaders since Yahya Jammeh's time. And I think that is the more reason why they should have stood their grounds to make sure that we do not go back to what we fought against in 2016. And I see the trend that we are going back
How?
to what we fought against in 2016.